Morning, everyone. What a crowd today. Oh my goodness. I think there are around 550, maybe close to 600 people here today. And for you early birds, I am really excited to see you, largely because I myself am not an early bird. And if it weren't for the symposium, I might not be up this early. But I'm so excited that the symposium is here that I was, up and at 'em really early this morning. So welcome. I am Christy Monaco, USGIS Vice President of Programs, and let me be the first to say welcome to the 20th anniversary celebration of the GEOINT Symposium. We are very happy to return to St. Louis for the second time in 2 years to celebrate this special occasion. This is a very special week for the GEOINT community and the Foundation. You could call it a coming-of-age party. All of us are part of this coming of age, not only of the symposium, but for GEOINT, because it has become the acknowledged foundation for the study of everything, everywhere, all the time. Let me ask, how many of you arrived on Friday? Anyone? Got here on Friday? Yesterday? Who got here yesterday? Nice. Any of you go to the game last night at Busch, over at Busch Stadium? I heard it was a close one, but I heard the Cards pulled it out. 6. Good. All right. Perhaps the rest of you enjoyed some of the other attractions here in St. Louis's rejuvenated and beautiful downtown. Anyone? Anyone go out to do anything fun? Did anybody go to the Thomas Rhett, Cole Swindell, and Nate Smith concert last night? Nice, nice. Well, I'm going to paraphrase one of my favorite Thomas Rhett songs. I'm here to threaten you with a good time today. This is the Foundation's third symposium in only 2 years, and in that short time, the value of GEOINT has surged in all its forms and all its sectors. The value of GEOINT has never been demonstrated more dramatically than the Russian invasion of Ukraine. This past year has forever transformed GEOINT and our views on modern warfare. Last year, the invasion galvanized the GEOINT community. Now we play an integral role supporting the international coalition that backs Ukraine every day in ways no one imagined a year ago. Furthermore, the make do and win ingenuity of the Ukraine armed forces has been an extraordinary lesson in the creative application of every kind of GEOINT, from earth and sea to space. Tomorrow, you'll see remarkable images of the fusion of social media, cell phone calls, and civilian geolocation with the most advanced integration of electro-optical and SAR imagery. You'll also see how the Ukrainian people crowdfunded satellite capacity for Ukrainian intelligence to deliver devastating effects on Russian forces. Perhaps some of you in the audience today have been actively involved in delivering these innovative applications. If you are, or if you work with those who do, thank you. Once again, throughout the past year, I have felt so proud to know how GEOINT innovation, science, and technology are making a significant difference in helping freedom stand tall. In 2003, when the community gathered for the first time, we could only dream of satellites the size of bread boxes, or persistent coverage in all weather conditions, and artificial intelligence doing so much of the daily dirty work of GEOINT. We probably hadn't even considered that GEOINT could help gather data for critical insurance programs for things like Brazilian rainforests, but it does. Or track small, deadly icebergs like the one that sank the Titanic, but it does. Or track dangerous objects in space, but it does. Today, these and thousands more applications are all real. As the microsatellite constellations have surged, the amount of GEOINT data has increased exponentially. That increase, coupled with falling prices per image, has made even the highest resolution commercial imagery affordable to medium-sized and even small businesses. The U.S. Geological Survey has identified almost 50 industries in which GEOINT can play an essential role. Innovative applications are now connecting the Internet of Things with AI-based processing onboard satellites to produce geospatial intelligence. As satellite and IoT information is fused for human or digital monitors on the ground or in the metaverse, insights can be generated at lower cost, covering increasingly vast areas. Those of you who know me probably know that I spend a lot of time in Montana. And you might not think of Montana as being a place where GEOINT makes a big difference, but I'm going to dispel that notion for you today. GEOINT helps local rangers and firefighters identify smoldering fires before they become blazes, so that they can be extinguished with fewer resources and less damage. GEOINT contributes to monitoring the working conditions of heavy equipment in remote areas for mining and forestry and agriculture and construction. And I can tell you, the assumption that you or your equipment can connect to a cellular network in the Montana backcountry is a mistake. GEOINT also helps ranchers to track not only the location of individual cattle in a herd, but also to monitor their health. Just under a year ago, when the Yellowstone River flooded the entire valley and left my family stranded on the wrong side of the river, they were able to know what bridges were intact and which had been destroyed because of GEOINT. In short, whether you're in the backcountry, in an urban setting, or, as we'll hear more about, in the metaverse, GEOINT can help make our missions and our lives safer, more efficient, and more productive. Yet, in many ways, we are still in the early days of what you could call the GEOINT age. Every business, every industry, and every government function has at its heart location, people, and action. Today, we begin the GEOINT 2023 Symposium with a view toward the next part of the GEOINT age that reflects our theme, From Maps to Metaverse. Today, we seek to prepare the community to not only avoid pitfalls, but also to identify the opportunities, to imagine the magical alchemy of technology and ingenuity and ethics and art that fuel the GEOINT community's ability to grow and succeed through innovation. You have an information-packed day ahead of you, but right outside the main door, actually right over here, is one of the highlights of the Foreword program every year. It's our student poster competition. More than 30 students from area colleges and universities are competing. So during the breaks, please take a few minutes to stop by the poster session. And don't just admire the work, please engage with the students. This is a great opportunity for them to learn from your expertise. And let's face it, these are our future GEOINT colleagues, so maybe don't be so bashful about undertaking any employee recruitment activities while you're chatting with them. During the day, we have a panel of reviewers who are going to judge this competition. And then at the end of the day, we're going to announce the top 3 winners. The person responsible for the first place poster is going to be featured during next year's Foreword program. If you'd like to see the high quality of research that goes into a winning poster, come back right after lunch, because last year's winner, Jayedi Aman, a graduate student from the University of Missouri at Columbia, is going to give a 15-minute presentation that shows how GEOINT can influence urban streetscape planning. Before we begin in earnest, I'd like to go over just a few details. First, as always, this event is entirely unclassified and on the record. We're at pretty full capacity today, so if there is a vacant seat at your table, please make room for another attendee to join you. We do have USGIF staff stationed around the room who can direct people in need of a seat to vacant seats. And while we are all excited to see the exhibit hall this week, please be mindful that it does not open until tomorrow. The exhibitors are working hard to set up today, so for your safety, please refrain from trying to get like an early sneak peek at the exhibits. If you haven't done so yet, please download the official GEOINT 2023 app, as it'll be a super useful tool for planning your time here at the symposium. If you do post about the Foreword or the symposium to social media, which we'd love you to do, please tag us using hashtag GEOINT2023. We have a great lineup of speakers for you today, and I know you're going to want to submit some questions for them throughout the day. So here's how you can do that. You can scan the QR code on the screen, or go to the Poll Everywhere website and that you see up there and enter your question there. or you can text to USGIF to 22333, and after you receive a confirmation text, then you text in your question. And of course, I'd love to thank Esri, our sponsor for Foreword. They have been amazing partners to us as we've planned this event, and I know they're as excited as I am to get the day underway. So in just a moment, our MCs for the day, Dr. Tara Mott and Jeff Dawley from Esri, are going to be joining me on the stage. Dr. Tara Mott is an account manager supporting NGA at Esri, based here in St. Louis. She also serves as one of the co-chairs of USGIF's St. Louis Area Working Group. And by the way, Tara is also an adjunct faculty at 2 local universities. So she might have the inside lane to knowing some of that local talent, but she doesn't have a lot of free time with all those jobs. Jeff Dawley currently serves as the Director of Intelligence Programs at Esri and is based in Washington, D.C. Over the course of his own 2 decades plus experience in the GEOINT community, Jeff has helped organizations in government, utilities, transportation, and national resource communities solving the most complex problems and making data-driven decisions leveraging GIS. So, Jeff, Tara, you ready to get the day rolling? Thank you.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks, Christy. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our fantastic city. And as Christy mentioned, I am one of the working group chairs for the St. Louis Area Working Group, also known as the SLOG, affectionately. We meet monthly in different locations throughout the city and connect folks that care both about geospatial and the St. Louis area. And the SLOG has really allowed us to build that sense of geospatial community out here in St. Louis. And as Christy mentioned, I am also an adjunct at 2 amazing universities here, so just a little bit of a call out at both St. Louis University and Washington University here in St. Louis. We want to thank you for being here with us today. Jeff and I have been fortunate enough to host this event together the last few years that kicks off this amazing week at the symposium. We have a couple fantastic keynotes and 3 wonderful panels that you'll hear from today, as well as last year's poster session winner that Christy mentioned earlier. We think this is one of the best programs of the symposium, and not just because we sponsor it. We think we all learn just a little bit of something here through today's programming, even if it's just maybe a simple way to describe what the metaverse is to our grandparents. And of course, we get to cap off today with a welcome reception at the Armory. So looking forward to seeing all of you out there later on tonight.
Well, Christy, going back to your Thomas Rhett references, as I'm a huge fan, it's not hard to see who the star of the show is here. Dr. Mott, thank you for allowing me on stage, and I want to truly make the event unforgettable. Hopefully we don't crash and burn. All right, folks, it's going to be a long day if you're not going to get our jokes along the way here. All right, my name is Jeff Dawley. I have the privilege of leading our intelligence program here at Esri. At Esri, we're not only a strategic partner with USGIF as well as the title sponsor for the Foreword, but we're also a lead sponsor for the St. Louis Social Tuesday night, Keener Plaza Park. We hope to see all of you there because remember, there ain't nothing a beer can't fix. All right, guys, again, it's going to be a long day if this is the reaction. There we go. Love it. And Christy ensured that I had to have some references along the way. Well, a selfish plug, we look forward to seeing all of you at our booth 623 in the Expo Hall. We are showcasing some of our latest technologies. We even have a great immersive 3D experience right from our booth. I want to emphasize again what Christy said. This is not just about the moderators or about the MC coming up with jokes or with questions. We do want to hear from you. To reiterate, there are 3 ways to do that. You can scan the QR code, you can text, or you can go to the website. So please encourage everyone to be able to do that. All right, so Dr. Mott, you ready to start with the show here?
Yes, thanks. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.